Hello everybody. So let's start about the multiplexer. This is a very important digital combinational logic circuit. So combinational means the output of the multiplexer is depend upon totally the input combinations. There is no memory inside it. So whatever be the input combination at a particular moment, the output is depend upon that input combinations. Now before we start the truth reveal or the logic circuit of the multiplexer, first we need to learn that why the multiplexer is required in the digital circuit. Now this multiplexer is required for the data selections. The main application here in the communication channel. Now what is the communication channel and why the data is transferred from the receiving end to the sending end station? Sorry, the sending end station to the receiving end station. Now here you see that this is a similarity between the traffic control and the data communication channel. So here you see that this is the communication channel. That is the communication channel, and here you see the 4 roads are there. Road number 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 4 cars are there. So if the car number is equal to the road number, then no traffic is required. No traffic control is required, because this car will go through this lane, this car will go to the second lane, that car will go to the third lane, and the last one go to the last lane. So no interferes are there, no traffics are there. So it's a very smooth communication channel like this one. So all the cars go through this particular road, which is assigned for this particular car. So no traffic control is required for that one. This is called the parallel communication. Okay. So this is called the parallel communication. The advantage is there, very fast data transfer, because you see that no interface is there required. This car is nothing but the digital bits. Okay, in the communication channel, this is nothing but the digital bits which is need to transfer from the sending end to the receiving end station, and there is no restriction of the data transfer. Advantage is very fast data transfer because no interferes are there. Time to complete the transfer process is also very low, so that is very fast. We doesn't need to stop for any reason. But the main disadvantage of this parallel communication channel is that required more number of channel. So here you see that 4 number of roads are required. So if the number of car is increased to 100, so is it possible to make 100 road? Obviously not. So that's why this thing is for short distance data transfer. Okay, like inside the motherboard, inside the processor. So that means from the RAM, the data need to be transferred from the processor, and in that condition, we use the parallel communication channel because the length is very small. Okay, and the second disadvantage is the costly, because we need to increase the communication channel. As the number of bit increases, we need to increase the communication channel. So it's a costly thing, and the hardware requirement is also very high, and the size of the circuit become heavy. So this is the disadvantage of the parallel communication channel. That's why for the long data transfer, we always use the serial communication. Okay, so what is the serial communication? So in this serial communication, you see that only one channel is required. Only one channel. This is the only one road. So these 4 cars should go from this sending end station to that side receiving end station through the single road. Now, if all the cars want to go simultaneously, then there is a accident may happen, or data collision may be there. So that's why one by one the car need to go. First this car will go through this one. Once the car completed this one, then second car will go, then the third one, and the fourth one, like this one. So this is called a serial communication, like this one. So here the data use the single channel, and using the single channel, one by one the data transfer from the sending end to the receiving end station. Okay. So advantage is that only one communication channel is required. Whatever be the communication, it may be wired communication, it may be wireless communication, but only one communication channel is required. So obviously, as the number of channel requirement is low, in case of serial communication only one, then the cost of the circuit is also become low. which is a great advantage. And as the number of communication channel reduces largely, so less size is there. So that means the hardware sizes also become low. So that's why for the long distance data transfer, we always prefer the serial communication, one by way communication. But here the main problem with that, who will control the traffic? Here you see, this is nothing but the data bits. Okay, here 4-bit data are there. So these 4-bit data need to be transferred from the sending end to the receiving end station. But as the channel is only one, so if simultaneously all the data wants to go through this one, then there is a jumble of the data, then data interferes are there, and due to this interfere, the 0 may be changed to 1, 1 may be changed to 0. So ultimately in the receiving station, we are receiving some garbage value. The data which you want to transfer, this 4-bit data, should not go to the receiving end station in the proper format if the control is not there. So some proper control is there, and using this control, one data at a time use this particular serial communication channel. And once the data transfer is completed, then the next data will go through this one. So one by one, serially, the data use the communication channel. But for this one controller is required. So this multiplexer is actually control this one. So there are two devices in the digital electronics. One is called the multiplexer and one is called the demultiplexer. The application of the multiplexer is that, or the functionality of the multiplexer is that it has many input lines. So in this example, the multiplexer has 4 input lines, but it has only output lines, only one output lines. So you see, the serial communication is the output of the multiplexer. So that means this single channel is the output of the multiplexer. Remember one thing, that multiplexer always has only one output. It has many number of input, and some control lines are also there apart from this one. So this control line is actually control that which data use that particular channel. Okay, so for 4-bit, there should be 2 number of control lines. So if the control line is n, then the number of input line is 2 to the power n. So that means if the input line is 4, then there should be 2 control lines. And if the control lines is 0, 0, then the first one is selected as the output. So this card will go through this particular channel and it will receive to the demultiplexer. If it is 0, 1, then the second card will grow. If it is 1, 0, if the control signal is 1, 0, then the third one will glow. And if it is 1, 1, then the fourth one will glow. So that means multiplexer is actually a device in digital electronics which selects the data one by one and it transfers the data to a single output line. Now, what is the function of the demultiplexer then? It actually does the reverse of the multiplexer. It has only one input lines and many output line. So that means this card need to place here because this is the first card. The second card need to be placed at the second, the third one and the fourth one is placed in the remaining position. So demultiplexer also has the same number of control lines. In this case, it has 2 control lines. If the control lines are 0, 0, then this input will go to the first position. If it is 0, 1, then the input will go to the second position. If it is third one, if it is 1, 0, then the input will go to the third position like this one. So multiplexer is actually convert the parallel data to the serial one, and the demultiplexer is the device which convert the serial data to the parallel one, okay, which is required. These two devices, demultiplexer and multiplexers, are required for the data communication purposes. So here you see that this is the multiplexer. So a digital multiplexer is a combinational circuit that selects binary information from one of many input lines and directs it to a single output line. So here you see, this is the block diagram of the 4x1 multiplexer. The 4 means it has 4 input lines. 1 means it has always one output line. Multiplexer always one output line. The order of the multiplexer may be 2x1, 4x1, 8x1, 16x1, like this one. Okay, so this is called the selection line. The function of the selection line is that it actually selects which input is transferred to the output. The selection of a particular input line is controlled by a set of selection lines. Normally, there are 2 to the power n input lines and n selection lines whose bit combination determine which input is selected. So that means the bit combinations of the S1 and S0 select which input is directed as the output. So this is the truth table of the multiplexer. This is the selection line. unfortunately I make a mistake here. This should be S1 and S0. It should not be S2, because in this figure it is written that S1 and S0. So this should be S0. So here you see the selection lines. If it is 0 0, then the first bit 0 input, first input is selected as the output. Okay. If it is 0 1, then the second one is selected as the output. 1 selected as the output. If it is 1 0, then the third one will selected as the output. And if it is 1 1, then the fourth input is selected as the output. So this is the truth table of the multiplexer, and the output expression of the multiplexer is that it is equal to, this is equal to I0. Okay, the inputs are nothing but the I0, I1, I2, I3. So I0 into S1 bar. Okay, because you see S1 is 0 here, so S1 bar, S0 bar, plus I1, this is the I1, so I1 into S1 bar, S0, I2 into S1, S2, S0 bar, and I3 equal to S1, S0. Okay, because both are 1 1. So this is actually the output expression of the multiplexer, 4x1 multiplexer, and based on this output expression we have made this circuit. This is the input I0, I1, I2, I3. These are the selection lines. 4 AND gates are required, and ultimately they are actually add them together. So one OR gate, 4 input OR gate is required, and this is the output line. Now at a particular moment, say S0 and S1 both are 0 0. So if S0 and S1 both are 0 0, you see, except this first term, all the terms should be 0, because S1, S0 both are 0 0. So that means due to the S0 equal to 0, this term is become 0. S1 0, so this term becomes 0. The fourth one is also become 0. So except the first one, all the other terms become 0. So Y0 equal to nothing but I0. Whatever be the I0, I0 may be 0, may be 1. So this input is selected as the output. So let's see the working principle of the multiplexer in the circuit maker. So you see, this is the multiplexer. This one is the multiplexer, 4x1 multiplexer. Why it is called 4x1 multiplexer? Because it has 4 number of inputs, and 1 means it has only one output. But the selection is depend upon the bit combination of the S1 and S0. So let's run the circuit and let's see the operation of this multiplexer. So first you see, I first give S1 equal to 0, S0 equal to 0. So if both are 0 0, then you see the I0 is selected as the output, because you see the first gate, all the inputs are red color. So that means all the inputs are high. So that means the according to the property of the AND gate, the output is also high. And if it is high, then the OR gate output is also become high, because the property of the OR gate is that if one of the input is 1, then the output is 1. Now here you see, in this particular combination, if I change the value of the I0, then you see the output is also changes. So that means in this particular moment, I0 is directed as the output. Whatever be the values of the I0, the output is reflected the same. But if I change the value of the I1, you see nothing will happen at the output. So that means I1 is not disconnected to the output. Similarly, I2 is also disconnected, I3 is also disconnected. These are not selected. I1, I2, I3 are not selected as the output. Only in this particular combination 0 0, I0 is selected. So if I move to the next combination, S1 equal to 0, S0 equal to 1, then this I1 is selected. So you see, now if I change the value of the I1, then the output is reflected. Now the I0 is not selected, I2 is also not selected, I3 is also not selected. If I give the combination 1 0, then I3 is selected as the output. Okay. And if I give the last combination 1 1, then I3 is selected as the output. So that means this is the function of the multiplexer. It actually selects the one of the many input line. So it has many input lines. So among the many inputs line, at a particular moment, it just select a particular input line. And which input is selected as the output, it depends upon the bit combination of the selection lines. So if the selection line has n, then the input line should be 2 to the power n, output is always 1. So this is the selection line, this is the input line, this is the output line. Okay. So this is called the 4x1 multiplexer using the basic gates. Come to this one. This 4x1 multiplexer is available in the IC form, and the IC number is 74151. So this 74151, same type of operation is there. So just check this one. It has also one enable input, and as you see, some bubble is there at the enable. So that means this has the active low enable input. Okay, we have to give 0 to enable the chip. So it is 0, it is connected to 0. So that means the gate is already enabled. Now give the different combination of the selection lines. Oh, this 74151 is the 8x1 multiplexer. So it has 8 input lines, 3 selection lines. So if all the selection lines has 0, 0, 0, then I0 is selected as the output. So you see, if I change the value of I0, then the output is actually changing. Now why the two outputs is there? Now for the convenience of the design, there are output, Y is called the output, and Yn, that means the output complement is also given, because some of the designer need the output as well as the complement of the output. So for complementing the output, it doesn't require any NOT gate extra. Inbuilt inside the IC 74151, the output and the complement of the output is given. So in this moment, if I give the I0 equal to 1, you see the Y become 1, and definitely the Y bar becomes 0. So that means whatever be the combination of whatever be the input I0, it is actually reflected as the output. In this particular combination, no other input is selected as the output. So if you change the other inputs, nothing will happen at the output. So if I give the combination 1, 1, 0, 1. So 1, 0, 1 means what? I5. So that means here you see the I5 is selected. Okay. Now if I change the value of the I0, nothing will happen, because in this particular moment, I5 is selected as the output. So this input is directed to the output. So that means if I change the value of I5, the output is also changing. If I give 1, 1, 1, then I7 is selected as the output. This input is directed to the output. So if I change the value of the I7, the output is also changes. In this particular moment, if I change the other inputs, nothing will happen, because the other input is disconnected from the output. Okay. So this is the operation of the multiplexer. It is called the data selector. So if so many data wants to use a particular single channel, then data collision may be there, and during this data collision, some garbage or some error may be produced. Not maybe, definitely if the error will produce. To avoid this one, we use the multiplexer. Multiplexer selects the data one by one, and it allows the data to use the channel. Okay. So that means there is no chance for the data collision, and which data or which input is goes to the output, it depends upon the sets of line. This is called the control line. So in this 74151, as it is 8x1 multiplexer, so it has 8 input lines, 2 to the power 3, that means 8. So 3 selection lines, 1 input lines, or 1 enable lines, and for the convenience, it produces the output as well as the complement of the output. So that is called the multiplexer. So you see, this is a 4x1 multiplexer. So let's see this one using some animation. So this is a 4x1 multiplexer. This is the 4 input lines, 0, 1, 2, 3. I0 is connected here, I1 is connected here, I2 is connected here, I3 is connected here, and 1 output lines. And these are the selection lines. And the truth table is also given. That means if the selection line combinations are 0, 0, then I0 is selected. Again, this should be S0. Okay, it should not be S2, it should be S0. Let's see. So you see, when we give the selection combination 0, 0, then I0 is selected. I0 is transferred to the multiplication, and it will produce at the output. Similarly, if we give the 0, 1, then the I1 is selected as the output. If I give 1, 0, then I2 is selected as the output. If I give 1, 1, then the last one is selected as the output. So this is called the multiplexer. Now here, you need to find out the waveform of the multiplexer. So here you see this I0, I1, I2, I3 as given. This lower one means it is actually 0. This lower means it actually 0. and this is equal to 1. Okay, this is equal to 1. The upper one means it's equal to 1, and this one is nothing but the 0. This is also 0, this is 1, this is 0, this is 1, and these are nothing but the time instant. Okay, these segmented lines are nothing but the time instant. And here you see that S0 and S1, these are the selection lines. Okay, S0 is the LSB of the selection line, S1 is the MSB of the selection line. Now if the 0 0, if we give the selection line combination as 0 0, then which input is selected as the output? So according to the previous discussion, according to the previous truth table, we know that if we give the selection line combination as 0 0, then I0 is selected as the output. And in this particular time instant, what is the value of I0? I0 equal to 0. So that means first some 0 will go at this combination, S1 equal to 0, S1 equal to 0, S0 equal to 0. Now we coming to the next one. When S1 next time instant, when S1 equal to 0, S0 equal to 1, then which input is selected as the output? Then according to the truth table, I1 input is selected as the output. So what is the value of I1 in this time instant? So in this particular column, so I1 equal to 0. In this particular column, I1 equal to 0. So next another 0 will go there. Third one, in this third one combination, S1 equal to 1, S0 equal to 0. So if I give this combination S1 equal to 1, S0 equal to 0, then we know from the truth table that I2 is selected. So if I2 is selected, in this particular moment I2 equal to 1. So that means in the third instant 1 will transfer. Now coming to the fourth time interval. So in the fourth time interval, both the both the S1 and S0 are 1. So if both the selection line 1 1 is there, then according to the truth table, I3 will be selected as the output. And in this particular moment, what is the value of I3? I3 equal to 0 here. We should not look at the other value, other input quantity, because other is not selected in this particular moment. In this particular column, only the I3 is selected, and in this particular moment I3 equal to 0 here. So in the third instant I0 will go. Coming to the next one, again if the S1 and S0 both are 0 0, then I0 is selected and I0 equal to 0 in this particular moment. Come to this one, when S1 equal to 0, S0 equal to 1, then I1 is selected. Just check the I1 value, I1 equal to 0 in this particular moment. So another 0 will go there. Then come to the next one, if S1 equal to 1, S0 equal to 0, then I2 is selected, and in this moment I2 equal to 1, so 1 will transfer here. And at last, if both the S1 and S0 are 1 1, then I3 is selected, and I3 in this particular moment is 1. So that means this is the data which the multiplexer will transfer as the output. Now let's check this one. This is, you see, this one is the I0, because in this particular combination 0 0 I0 is selected, then 0 1 I1 is selected, and I1 equal to 0. So that's why this line goes like this. Come to this one, it's I2 is selected, I2 equal to 1 here. So that means here is a peak I2. Then in the next 3 time interval, it selects the I3, I0 and I1 value, and all these things are 0. So that means the line goes like this, and in the last 2 in time interval, it will select the value of I2 and I3, and both are 1 in this condition. So that means this value is given. Now let's check this one. Let's check the data with the waveform. You see, this one equal to what? This one equal to 0. This one equal to another 0. Okay. This is a 2 level. This is actually the 2 level. This is actually the 0 level. This is actually the 1 level. Okay. This is the 0 level, and this is the 1 level. In this way, we decide which value is actually coming here. So this is equal to 1. This is 0. This is again 0. This is again 0. And at last to 1 1. So you see 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 1. So these data is actually transferred at the output of the multiplexer based on the selection line combination and this input combination. So this type of question may come in the exam, that you need to find out the waveform. So for finding out the waveform, the value is not mandatory to write, but you have to draw the waveform. This waveform is nothing but the replica of this particular time section waveform. Means in this particular time section, whatever be the input combination, here input is I0. So just check this one, I0 equal to 0. So just draw a 0 line like this. In the next time interval, it will select the I1 value, and I1 is also 0 here. So that's why the 0 will continue like this. Okay. So in this way, you need to find out the waveform of a multiplexer. So as I mentioned, this is the 8x1 multiplexer. So IC74151 is 8x1 multiplexer. It provided with active low enable input. It provided with active low enable input. So what is the meaning of the active low enable input? Due to the bubble present here. So that means to enabling the multiplexer, you have to give a 0 here because it is active low. If you give a 1 here, instead of 0, if you give a 1 here, the IC become disable. So whatever be the input combination, whatever be the selection line combination, it will not produce any output because the IC itself is disable. First you need to enable the IC, just giving the proper enable input, and in this case it is 0. Then whatever be the input, whatever be the selection line combination, these are the selection line. So whatever be the selection line combination, and based on the selection line combination, the multiplexer will select one of the input at a time, and this input is directed to the output. Okay. For instance, if it is 0 0 0, then this I0 is directed to the output. If it is 1 1 1, then I7 is selected as the output. And this is the pin configuration of the IC74151. This is a 16-pin IC. This is the VCC. This is the ground. Pin number 7 is the enable input. Pin number 9, 10, 11 are the selection inputs, where the pin number 11 is the S0. That means the LSB of the selection input. This is the second bit or the middle bit of the selection input, and S2 is the MSB of the selection input. Okay. And the rest of the things are the inputs line from starting from I0, I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, I6, I7, and pin number 5 is the actual output of the multiplexer without complementing. And for designing purpose, this multiplexer also provide the output complement, which will be available from pin number 6. So this IC is available in our digital lab. So hope one day we'll do some experiment using this 74151 IC. This is the truth table. So you see, if the enable is 1, so if the enable is 1, then the IC is actually disable. So if the enable is 1, then whatever be the selection line combination, don't care means what? Don't care means whatever be the selection line combination, it may be 0, maybe 1. Whatever be the selection line combination, the output is always 0 because the IC is not enabled yet. So how it will produce the output? Okay, and as this is actually the Y bar. So if the output is 0, then Y bar is definitely 1. So that means this is the disable IC. Now in the next, all the rows, here you see the enable input is 0. So if the enable input is 0, that means gate is the multiplexer is already enabled. Then it look at the selection line combination, and in this particular selection line combination 0 0 0, it will select the value of I0. The output is nothing but the I0, and obviously the output bar is the I0 bar. Similarly, like this combination, if it is 1 0 0, so if the selection line is 1 0 0, and if the IC is enabled, then I4 is selected as the output, and the output complement is nothing but I4 bar. Similarly, at the last, when we give the combination 1 1 1, when we give the combination 1 1 1 as the selection line, then it will select the I7 as the output of the multiplexer. So that means the multiplexer is called a data selector. It will select the data. How it will select? Based on the selection line combination, it will select one of the input, and this input is directed to the output. And in this particular moment, no other inputs are selected. Okay, and if the if the selection line combination will change, then only the other input is selected as the output. So this is called the multiplexer. So let's see the animation of this multiplexer. So here you see, if we keep so first of all, assume that this one is already enabled. So we have already give a 0 here. So that means 0 means it is enabled. So in this particular combination 0 0 0, the I0 is selected as the output. So you see, whatever be the other will not able to pass through the multiplexer. only this channel will open. So I0 is selected as the output and it will come to the output in this particular selection line combination 0 0 0. Then if the selection line combinations are 0 0 1, then I1 is selected as the output. Similarly, for 0 1 0, I2 is selected as the output. 0 1 1, I3 is selected. 1 0 0, I4 is selected. 1 0 1, I5 is selected. 1 1 0, I6 is selected. And at last, if the selection line combinations are 1 1 1, then I7 input is selected as the output. Okay, so this is called the multiplexer.